Today, everyone, we will talk about something very important and quite peculiar behavior exhibited by narcissists, especially after the end of a relationship. It's the fact that they continue to monitor and follow you. So, we want to understand this behavior and why it happens. This is closely related to the narcissist's strong attachment and clinginess to themselves because they believe they are the best and most important person in the world. This attachment and clinginess make it difficult for them to let go of the need to monitor and follow you, even after the relationship ends. If you are interested in this topic, I recommend watching the video until the end to see and understand the nature of this behavior from narcissists and how to deal with it. It's important to note that when we discuss narcissism, it's not specific to any gender. It can be exhibited by both men and women. Thank you very much for your support. If you find this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for helping share this message with those who may benefit from it. Sometimes this situation can be frightening for some victims when they face something like this, especially because it can be confusing. You may start wondering whether this is genuine interest or not. The problem that many people who have been in a narcissistic relationship face is that after all the problems they've endured, and even after the relationship ends, they find themselves thinking that the narcissist is showing interest in them again because the narcissist is monitoring them, following them, or trying to find out about their life. Remember something very important. If you did everything you could to make the relationship work, endured mistreatment and bad behavior from this person in hopes of the relationship continuing or them changing into a better person, be aware that the narcissist's monitoring of you is not because they regret the separation, want to come back to you, or have finally recognized your worth. That thought should be completely out of your mind. Narcissists, as we understand them, are highly unlikely to change or become normal individuals like us. We say this because we have seen it repeatedly through the cycle of narcissistic abuse during the relationship and the countless lies narcissists told to maintain their exploitative and abusive relationship. They will not let you go, no matter what. Our topic today is why narcissists tend to keep monitoring or always have their eyes on you after you've separated from them. Keep in mind that narcissists may follow you on social media platforms or try to reach out to you through other means because they are interested in seeing where you've ended up. They want to know how your life is going, whether you've achieved success or positivity in your life since separating from them. You must be absolutely sure that narcissists are keen on causing harm and disruption in your life. They will not be happy at all if they find you successful or content in your life after them. What's most important right now is that you continue on your path and do what makes you happy in your life without paying any attention to the narcissist's monitoring of you or letting it occupy your thoughts. The narcissist's actions are part of something called an attachment disorder, and it's not about genuine interest or concern from the narcissist towards you. Narcissists do not know how to handle things in a healthy way. In fact, they don't know how to form healthy attachments with others, which is why they keep watching you and following your life. They do this to see what you're up to, not just to assess whether you're willing to return to the relationship, but because the narcissist usually wants to rebuild that relationship. Don't think for a moment that even if this were to happen, it would be better than it was before. It's tied to the narcissist's ego and their desire to have control over anything they want. Unfortunately, narcissists have a significant problem with attachment or separation because they cannot differentiate between healthy and normal attachment and separation. They continue to stay abnormally attached to you and always see you as their possession, believing they have control over you no matter what happens. The narcissist is always looking for any sign that you might return to them or not. They monitor you to understand how your life is going and whether they can influence it in any way. They also look for even the smallest things that might trigger an emotional response from you. This is the reality you must understand. The topic has nothing to do with him loving you, but rather his only concern and goal is to regain the relationship or regain control over you once again. Keep in mind that narcissists may also know that they are doing this and pretend to be interested in you in order to try to play with your emotions and manipulate them. If you think about the situation correctly, You shouldn't be asking yourself where the narcissist has been all the time since you separated from him, and whether his apology is genuine or not regarding his behavior towards you, which was repetitive during the relationship and without any real change. All the promises he made to you about changing were nothing but lies. You need to understand this very well right now in order to avoid any emotional manipulation by his actions and attempts to return you to his cycle of narcissistic abuse once again. You have probably heard this many times before, and he has offered you many apologies, and you have given him many chances for change, but now he is promising you change again. I know that at this time, you may feel that you need to listen to him or communicate with him because of your old attachment to him, which you are still trying to heal from at this time. But what I want you to understand very importantly is what he has done to deserve you going back to him. Try not to repeat your mistakes again, or, in other words, the thousandth time. Save yourself and maintain the position you have reached now as much as you can. I know that this situation can put pressure on your emotions and nerves, but believe me, you deserve a better life than the one you were living. Everything you will hear from him is just lies and new copies of manipulation tactics that you should have recognized and understood. When a narcissist is monitoring or following you, he needs to know if there is an opportunity to manipulate you again or not. You must know that any emotional reaction from you towards what he is doing is exactly like rewarding him for what he did to you, and it proves to him his ability to control and manipulate you again. You are giving him the supply he's accustomed to from you, and not just that, but you're also giving him your energy and sympathy once again. Don't for a moment think that this person loves you, someone who intentionally hurts you and mistreats you, as evident from the repeated abuse even after you forgave him many times, does not love you. When a narcissist follows and monitors you, it's because he considers you his possession, something he can use at his convenience and discard as he pleases. What you need to understand is that all he wants from you now is a reaction of any kind. This is what matters to him because it allows him to maintain his ability to influence you. This includes both negative and positive reactions. Even if you speak to the narcissist in a negative way, you are still supplying him with what he needs. The best response to any actions or behaviors from the narcissist is complete silence, showing no reaction whatsoever. This is especially important when the narcissist is trying to provoke you. When the narcissist speaks to you in a pleasant or kind manner, it's because he wants a positive reaction from you. He wants to convince you to agree with what he wants or to return to the relationship. You have undoubtedly experienced good moments during your relationship with the narcissist, especially during the love bombing phase or at the beginning of the relationship. Sometimes you may feel the need to revisit these moments by returning to the narcissist. However, it is crucial to understand that the narcissistic person you are dealing with is not the same as the person you initially fell for. This is a deceptive person who manipulated you, used your emotions and love for him to control and disrupt your life. The most important thing in this situation is to be able to see the person you are dealing with for who they truly are and their true personality. This will help you deal with them appropriately. Narcissists can be very confusing, and they often appear as regular people, making it difficult to discover their true nature from the start. Unfortunately, many of us fall victim to narcissistic relationships due to our inability to see beyond the facade. If you can understand these matters well and recognize that the person you are dealing with has an abnormal personality, you will be able to help yourself progress and heal from the narcissistic relationship. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like if you liked the video, and if you have any questions, write them in the comments. Also, if you have any comment or note regarding the channel, write it in a comment. And if you have any advice or idea that advises me to develop the channel, send it to me.